Welcome to A Guide to Every Deck in Modern. Today we're looking at Ponza. Ponza is a red-green mid-range deck that focuses on mana denial either via Blood Moon effects or direct land destruction with cards like Pillage. Besides its mana denial plan, the deck relies on mana ramp to quickly power out threats that can single-handedly win the game, such as Chandra, Torch of Defiance, and Karn the Great Creator. The deck's primary routes to victory are either landing and protecting a Chandra until she can ultimate, Karn stripping the opponents of lands with liquid metal coating, or outpacing the opponent's mana production and using simple creature beats with mid-range threats like Bone Crusher Giant, Fury, or Klothys. Otherwise, the deck is a fairly straightforward red-green mid-range list. It has some similarities to Mono Red Prison, but runs ramp and mid-range over main deck Chalice of the Void and Ensnaring Bridge. Ponza is good against decks that are weak to Blood Moon or are slower and require hitting their land drops. Ponza is bad against decks that shrug off Blood Moon or which play lots of cheap cards that could go underneath its land hate such as Death, Shadow, and Burn. While it can win grindy, value matchups, it's better suited to abusing mana denial or racing ahead with ramp. Arbor Elf and Utopia Sprawl in combination can generate 4 mana on turn 2, and your best starts involve landing an early Chandra or Karn, or turn 2 Blood Moon or Pillage. Sideboard-wise, you should obviously cut Moon and other land hate in the matchups where they're bad. You can also shave on extra copies of certain cards when they're not as good. Don't board out Karn or Chandra as they're your best threats and the most likely cards to enable a win. Neither should you cut Mana Ramp since the deck is too slow without it. You may be wondering why the deck is called Ponza. According to my research, the deck's creator named it after their favorite pizza dish. That's it. It was named with the same creativity that legacy players and serial enthusiasts give to their decks. Tips and tricks. Karn can get back cards from exile, not just the sideboard. Once you reach 6 mana, you probably won't need more. It may be wise to hold an otherwise dead Utopia Sprawl as fodder for Seasoned Pyromancer. Generally, you can't keep hands that lack mana ramp since the deck is too slow without them. The exception is if you have a lot of interaction like Fury and Bone Crusher against decks that heavily rely on small creatures such as Hammer Time. If possible, attach Utopia Sprawl to a basic forest rather than Stomping Ground since it'll fall off when you play Blood Moon. You should almost always name red as the color. I hope you've enjoyed this look at Ponza. I want to thank my fellow players in the Magic community for whom sharing their experiences helps make these guides possible. You can find additional resources, such as an up-to-date deck list, in the description. If you think I left out anything important or got something wrong, please leave your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned to see what deck we look at next time.